Yo, what is up guys, it's the Goblin and welcome back to another Call of Duty Black Ops 4 video. Now in tonight's video, I'm basically going to be talking about, I love this game, I really do enjoy this game. I think this game doesn't have that many flaws in it, but of course there are things that are overpowered, underpowered, kind of useless, or just straight up too easy to use in this game, and that's what this video is, and that's why I titled this video, Watch If You Play Black Ops 4, because I believe basically that patch update is going to be coming very, very soon, sometime probably this week or next week. There's rumors it could come as early as today, and even if that patch does come out today, it probably won't cover everything because it's probably gonna take multiple patches before we get into that comfort meta for the mid or main sort of part of the life cycle of Black Ops 4. But basically I want to make this video and talk about some things that I think should be buffed or nerfed or changed, and these are things that are fairly easy to buff and nerf. You can't really ask them to just, I hate the maps, put in 10 new maps, because obviously that would never happen, but you can suggest things to buff and nerf. And I think that this video, basically what I want to do is talk about some things that I think would be good to change from what I've seen people around the community talking about, what I think and my friends think on this game. And also I want you guys to all leave in the comment section down below, what do you guys think is overpowered, how should they fix it? I want to see constructive criticism about the game, and also don't make it a negative, make it positive sort of stuff that we want to fix with the game, and down in the comment section down below. And then we'll see when the patch notes do come out which stuff is addressed, and of course the meta will change, maybe the best guns will change. It's going to be very, very exciting. So that's what this video is going to be about. Drop a like if you guys could. Let's go for 1,500 likes. That would be absolutely amazing. I really do appreciate your guys' support. It's just been absolutely crazy, and thank you guys so much. So smash that like button, subscribe if you guys are new. We're closing on 900,000 subscribers. Please subscribe if you guys are new, and let's talk about it. So the first thing that I think needs to be addressed, and basically they've done patches in this game so far, but they've done really no balancing changes. It's been mostly bug fixes and different stuff like that, fixing the frame rates and stuff like that, making sure everything is running smoothly, which they should address at the start of the game. But I'm talking about actual balance changes here. And the first one I think we need to talk about is SMGs versus ARs. I think as of right now, assault rifles are extremely, way better than SMGs. And it's not the issue that, basically an assault rifle should beat an SMG at range, but an SMG should beat a assault rifle at close range. And that's sort of not what's happening. If I hip fire with my GKS and you hip fire with your ICR, the hip fire on the ICR, it's just an absolute laser beam, and on a lot of other ARs it is like that as well, and the fire rates are so fast on the ARs that they can actually beat the SMGs at close to medium range pretty much every single time, and sometimes even at close range. And what I think needs to be done here is some huge adjustments to the SMGs and ARs and basically the balance, because I think if you were to go with an SMG as of right now, the Vapor with the silencer in stock, it's an AR, but it plays like an SMG, and it probably outplays even the top SMGs in the game. So basically what I think should be done is possibly they could buff the damage fall off and make it so at medium range the SMGs could do a little more damage. That's one thing they could do if they're trying to take the approach of buffing the SMGs. Or I think another thing they could do is switch attachments around. Now this is a little bit more extreme, and I don't think they're going to do this, but how come a gun like the Spitfire has no grip on it? Obviously they want to put that on there to limit it, but putting grip on that gun would give that gun a buff. What if the Cordite had grip 1 and grip 2? Then maybe that gun would play more to its strength. Of course then it could be overpowered itself, but those are some options of things that they could change if they are going to the buff SMGs sort of, if that's their approach of it. Next way, if they go for an AR sort of nerf and nerf the top ARs, they could nerf the hipfire. I don't think the hipfire should be so damn accurate on the ARs, or possibly the fire rates. Those are some things that I think they're probably going to target, possibly adding recoil as well. And these are just predictions of mine off of things that I'm not saying that these are the changes that I want to happen or anything like that, because hey, I like laser beaming people with the ICR too, but this is probably what is going to happen, and I'm basing these predictions based off previous years, and World War II. This is exactly what they did. They increased recoil, nerfed fire rates, and that's what sort of happened to the ARs that made the SMGs be able to compete with the bar and stuff like this. This isn't a new problem that we've seen in Call of Duty. Obviously when a game first comes out, balancing changes need to be addressed, and I think SMGs and ARs, everyone would agree, some changes need to be done there. And I want to hear your guys' and on PC, by the way, if there's any PC players watching, on PC apparently the SMGs work absolutely amazing. I'm not sure if it's just to do with the mechanics on there, with the controls, or with the field of view or something like that, but basically I have a couple friends on PC, and they all think the Spitfire is the best gun in the game, and it dominates. So on PC I think it's a little bit different, but on console I think the general consensus is the SMGs need a little bit of a buff or the ARs need a little bit of a nerf. So let me know what you guys would do about that in the comment section down below. Next is about the perks. Now in this game, I was kind of disappointed, and I really love this game. It's one of my favorite CODs in a while because it's just so fun to get on and just pub stomp. And when you get those big streaks in, it reminds me of BO2, bring me back to the glory days, having fun on that. I really do love this game, and this video, by the way, it's not trashing on the game or anything like that. I don't think people would think that, but I want to make sure people know this is trying to make positive improvements, right? So with the perks, I was kind of disappointed that there wasn't that many perks in this game. So then I thought, oh well, maybe the perks will just do a lot for you. They don't really. Something like Cold-Blooded, it doesn't really make sense in the perk 2 slot. It doesn't really protect you from that much stuff. It sort of increases your resistance, but it doesn't make you immune to much of anything. And you know, you're never really going to want to take Cold-Blooded over something like Gung Ho, which just increases your speed to get your gun up after sprinting, which is going to be a lot of gunfights, you know. So I think something like that could be addressed. Something like Skulker, I think Skulker is great, but I think maybe they should make it so you move a little bit faster side to side while standing up as well. A lot of gunfights you can't be crouched for, and it would be nice if you could move side to side standing up, although this would make the ARs even more powerful, you know, combining it with you know, with an ICR that doesn't have stock available. But I think that could be a cool option to make that perk a little bit better. There's just so much they could do with the perks. I really do think that they sort of need to be looked at, because as of right now, there's perks in the game that just stand out way more than other ones. Gung Ho, Dead Silence, Tac Mask, Flak Jacket, like those are like the best perks in the game. And you know, other things like even Lightweight, it gives you like like a 4 or 5% increase to your running speed. That should probably be buffed as well. I think they really need to hone in on the class steps in this game are amazing, but the perks are, I love how they did the attachments, how they did the operator mods, everything about it. You know, the perk Gluttony is even cool, but just the perks are kind of weak in themselves, and I think maybe they could look at those. I'm not really sure. Next is the Specialist. Now this is probably the #1 thing people are complaining about is Specialists, because they don't, you know, you don't really have to earn them, and they kind of give people free kills. And the first thing is the dog. I think the dog is probably going to get nerfed a little bit, just because, you know, people are calling him in and getting like 5 to 6 free kills from that thing. You can get him once, maybe even twice in a long game, and you can just, you know, go ham with that. It's basically free kills. A noob could even use that. You know, a good player could use it, a noob could use it, anyone, because you just call him the dog, and then it's basically all luck after that. The dog tries to run them over, right, and eat them alive. So basically, I think that will get a tiny bit of nerf, maybe adding some auto aim to the dog or nerfing his health. By the way, pro tip, I saw someone put this in the comments, and it actually is true. With a throwing knife, you can, or combat axe, whatever it's called in this game, you can one-shot the dog. So if you do have one of those, if you carry one of those for trick shots, and you see a dog coming at you, chuck it at it, because it's one of the only things that can one-shot a dog. Next is the Ajax, the riot shield, or the ballistic shield. There's pretty much no counter to the ballistic shield. It's absolutely insane. Plus that one comes with a flashbang, and the Ajax is probably by far the best combat specialist. I use specialists like Recon and Crash to reinforce my streaks and stuff like that, because I like to go gun on gun. But Ajax, if I was playing against like tryhards, I pull out the Ajax. It's just insane that one's probably going to receive a nerf. The Tempest, I think, should get a buff in this game. A lot of, like, the Tempest and the Purifier, they're a lot weaker than they were in Black Ops 3. And the thing with the Tempest, where you have to knock them down and then finish them off, or else they just stand back up, kind of like Fortnite. It's like, I don't really understand why that's in there, because it's not in there for the Annihilator. I think the Tempest is kind of whack in this game. I think they could kind of rework that. Another thing with the Specialist is Razor Wire, the one with the Razor Wire barricade and the microwave. That one is a camper's dream. Like the amount of bullets it takes to take down that stuff. If most of the time people that the people that rush to that one are probably people that are going to be camping in an area, but if you took those and used those on an objective, those things could go absolutely ham. So I definitely think that the Specialists, the perks, and the guns are the things that I think deserve a little bit of a rework. I'm not saying to remaster everything, but a little bit of a rework. The maps in this game, I really do like the maps. Maybe they could look at the spawns a little bit. That's personal preference. I love the maps just because they're small to medium sized, and it doesn't really make 5v5 feel slow paced in this game at all, which is amazing. There's kill streaks in this game I think are really good. They're kind of easy to shoot down, but hard to counter with perks. So if they buff the perks, maybe make it harder to shoot down the streaks. I'm just thinking, you know, long-term, late game with this stuff. But it's gonna be interesting to see what happens with this patch update, which is probably gonna be coming soon. Even if it doesn't, hopefully we can get some ideas flowing. And you never know, maybe someone from Treyarch will see this video, will see your comment down below, and will take our advice. You never know. So leave in the comment section down below, basically what you guys think should be fixed in this game, or basically basically switched around for the next patch notes, balancing changes, and that's about it, guys. I will see you in the next video, and once the patch notes do come out, of course, if there are important balancing changes, I will be making a video and updating everyone on it as we go along in, updating the meta and stuff like that. So drop a like, subscribe, and see you guys in the next one. Peace.